Finally, Pulkit has joined. Hello guys, today is going to be a very special session. Today we have Pulkit Singh with us. He is my friend, philosopher and guide. By now you must be knowing something about him. He got All India rank 26 in 2020 and his one of the core strength was essay preparation. And he helped me out with essay and I helped him out with essay. So it's like we both have gone through a lot throughout this preparation. And with this session, we are going to share our experience as well as how we are going to present the course that PaperCrux is soon launching. And unlike last time, we are going to make this session very engaging and very democratic. But before that, let us hear something from Pulkit Singh. Hello, Pulkit.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Vivek, for inviting me and hosting in an interactive session.
It's always pleasure.
Yeah, it has been always pleasure talking to you. Whether as you were mentioning, I think you borrowed some of my words. You are also, in fact, my friend, philosopher and guide throughout the preparation. And as on the outstretch, I can only highlight the importance of working in pair and having your own group and going about the process with them. And I am very fortunate that you have invited me with this initiative. And I believe that you will be doing definitely well, because the kind of right now I can say as the guidance which I got you during the preparation itself, it had been immensely helpful for me also.
Yeah, you rightly pointed out the importance of a discussion partner, because without discussion partner, you would get only one point of view, and that really hinders your preparation. But when you have like-minded candidates sit around and discuss things, you get a lot of point. It also helps with your interview preparation. And when you join PaperCrux courses, we have created specific batches in which you can find like-minded candidates and get your discussion partner and really kick through your preparation. Now, before asking questions from our audience, I would ask some very important questions from Pulkit. So, should we start, Pulkit?
Yeah, definitely, Vivek. We are good to start. We can start.
Okay. My first question is, since UPSC can ask anything under the sun in essay, like you have seen the past 2-year paper, they're asking very vague topics like rational is real and real is rational. How should we prepare? What should be the source of such topics, or even essay in general? Because in GS we have a specific syllabus, like for a society economics, but in essay there is no well-defined syllabus. How should we go about this preparation?
Yeah, definitely. There is no defined syllabus. I think you can take it as a benefit because of this, and as a result of which, and as a result of the nature of the paper, it has a scope of creativity and gives you scope whereby you can express yourself, I think, more than the GS papers. In my case, I had more difficulty in GS answer writing vis-a-vis essay answer writing, because you can express yourself more, you can be more thorough about your thoughts during the essay writing when you are writing your essay vis-a-vis writing your GS answers. So that was the first thought that I had with GS. Now coming about preparing, see, there is realization of fact that for any other GS paper, you can always rely on some book. You can always take refuge of some book whereby you can say that this book is somehow catering to the need of this particular GS paper. But this is not the case for the essay paper, where I believe the beauty also lies there only, because then whatever you will be doing, that will be unique to you. And whatever you will be writing will not be wrong in any case, but you have to also write in a fashion whereby you are able to fetch the required marks in order to excel in your essay paper as well. Now, when I come to it, you can very well recall how we started about content, or how we started about correcting content was, we started referring to some of the past year toppers essay papers. And from there, we somehow made our own notes out of it. We used to have a discussion with both of us, we used to have discussion around it and extract some of the points from it, which could be helpful in terms of writing any essay. Like for example, like suppose there is an anecdote mentioned or there is a small story mentioned in any of the essays. And the beauty of the essay paper is that it is a more of an application kind of paper. अगर आपको fundamentals clear है, if your formulas are clear, that what you have to put into it, it depends upon your creativity that how you are putting that piece of knowledge into your particular writing. So we started like this. We started from past year toppers answer sheets, and we used to analyze them also, as well as at the same time build our content also.
Right, absolutely right. So here again, Pulkit pointed out the importance of previous year questions, previous year toppers, and you can really maximize the preparation by having a discussion partner. Like we had no idea when we started essay preparation. I remember the first essay that I wrote, I took the whole day to brainstorm from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Then ultimately I wrote the essay. So it was very difficult at the start. But you were with me and you encouraged me, and in turn I encouraged you. So that really helped us. So you also pointed out that there is a great scope of creativity, because if I think everyone has watched Game of Thrones. So if you are familiar with Peter Baelish, there was a character. He said, "Chaos is a ladder." So if essay top, if UPSC has not given us any syllabus, it's a chaos, but it also gives us a ladder. It gives us a great room to be creative, especially for those candidates who are smart, and like also for those who are hardworking. Because as GS में क्या होता है कि हम पढ़ते जाते हैं और ultimately उतना return on investment होता नहीं है compared to GS. So now, my next question is, what do you think about the previous year topper notes? Because these days, a lot of toppers share their experience and content with us. So it's on one hand, it's a good thing because we get the idea that what is the right way to prepare. But on the other hand, we are flooded with a lot of material. It is very difficult to search through what is the right material, which is wrong material, because uh, because some toppers have very good material, but they have very average marks in essays. While those toppers who have very good marks in essays, they do not have that much of a great essay material. So how should we go about this topper notes?
Vivek, you were mentioning that there is a lot of material available for by the toppers. In this case, I will say that fortunately or unfortunately, when it comes to essays, there is not much material available by them. You can find some of the good essays written by them. Like some of them I can recall as one was by Vikram Garewal. His essays were really good, but they were not in the form of notes.
Exactly.
And again, there were also other toppers who had written very good essays, but they were not in the form of note making. So again, it comes to about like if you are able to get hold of those notes, it's very good, because somehow they will be capturing them into that. Otherwise, what you can do is you can start segregating the areas. Like even in essay, some of them have this approach that they will write various dimensions. It is said that in essay writing you have to cover many dimensions. It is a multi-dimensional aspect you have to bring in the essay, and that will come when you are writing from various dimensions like society, polity, from history, from environment. You have to take examples for these kind of like varied examples. So what you can do is you can start making your own notes like we had done earlier, which I also provided you the notes this time.
Right.
And in fact, like I believe you have worked upon them and you have also added value to it. So you can just have that segregation and you then can collect those anecdotes which are very important for you from that aspect. Like some of the anecdotes will be repetitive. Like if you talk about anything on Indian history, culture, good about it, you'll definitely write about Buddhism, Ashoka, you'll definitely write about Akbar, these kind of things, right? So this is there. Like you have to just capture it and keep it with yourself.
Right. So I want to say one thing. You talked about this material and referring one subject like ethics and using that material in the essay preparation. So in this regard, like PaperCrux has recently launched the Dawn program, and from my point of view, the content of that course is really great, because these days the topics are becoming more philosophical, more ethical. So if somehow we have this curated topics, on one hand we can shift the content from ethics, and then we can create our special material for the essay. I think this is the right way to go about this.
Yeah, definitely, Vivek, especially when we talk about this abstract topic or philosophical topics being asked by
Exactly.
UPSC. It's very important that even your command on ethics paper should be greatly enhanced.
Exactly.
Now, how I view essay paper, I see it, the ethics, how I see the preparation for ethics is like you're not preparing for 250 marks. You're somehow preparing for 400 marks, because one of the topics you will be definitely borrowing content from it. And if you're thorough with your preparation of GS4, you'll be definitely doing good in your essay paper also. That is one dimension. Yes, definitely you have to add more points apart from the content of the GS4 paper. But if your understanding is strong in terms of interpretation, like here I would like to highlight, when you talk about this philosophical questions, there is a particular section in ethics paper where you get to elaborate on the quotations by some of the important philosophers, thinkers, or administrators. So that is a kind of like the building stone for when you're writing your essays in the present context. So if you're able to do well with that, you'll be definitely doing well with the essay papers in the current context also.
So going forward, एक और इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन आता है कि क्या हम जीएस का मटेरियल एसए में यूज करना चाहिए, कि मतलब जीएस का प्रिपरेशन इज इक्वल टू एसए प्रिपरेशन, कि कई बार हमें बोला जाता है कि
definitely. See, Vivek, in this, one thing I would like to highlight is many times you equate that essay is equal to GS 1, 2, 3, 4 ka preparation.
yeah.
What I want to say that it is inclusive, but there is definitely much more to prepare than this. You should definitely, because there are many things, like you cannot include a beautiful anecdote into your GS answer writing. You cannot have a good flow in the language when you are going for your GS answer writing. There it has to be more point wise and other things. You cannot include like examples from movies, and like one of the example you just mentioned from Game of Thrones. This kind of supporting arguments you cannot give when you're writing your GS papers, but
Yeah.
your ethics paper, essay paper provides you an opportunity to this. And this is where like it will be, you can say, a superset for your preparation for GS 1, 2, 3 and 4 combined.
Okay. Now let us move to a very important question. essay में इंट्रोडक्शन कैसे करें हम? लाइक जीएस आंसर में तो इंट्रोडक्शन करना बहुत आसान होता है कि या तो हम उसको डिफाइन कर दें या फिर कुछ फैक्ट लिख दें, लेकिन essay में कुछ टॉपिक दिया जाए तो इंट्रोड्यूस कैसे करें हम essay को?
See, first key thing I would like to highlight is, before going into all those theories of writing hooks and all that, first important thing is you should assure your examiner कि आपसे जो पूछा गया आप उसको समझ गए हो, right? When the examiner is checking your answer sheet, it is like somehow is trying to assess your personality where you are not there to speak up about what you have written. So first your examiner has to be satisfied that you have got the meaning of what has been asked to you. तो सबसे पहली इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है कि आप ये क्लैरिटी रखें कि आपको इंट्रोडक्शन में एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्रिएट करनी है दैट यू आर क्लियर विद व्हाट हैज बीन आस्क्ड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर एसे. सो ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है. देन आफ्टर दैट यू शुड थिंक अबाउट मेकिंग इट like a first impression for anything. When I talk about this first impression, definitely it has to be interesting. Definitely it should be something which catches the attention of the reader. But at the same time, do not just blindly go about it and forget about the main objective of writing an introduction. Writing an introduction is like your opening statement, whereby you are telling the examiner that you have understood this particular topic pertains to this, and thereafter you will be discussing on these following parameters.
Right. So introduction is our attractive point, first attractive point. And body को कैसे लिखा जाए?
बॉडी को मतलब वही है कि बॉडी हैज टू बी मल्टी डायमेंशनल. अब यहाँ पे आप पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप वो डायमेंशंस कैसे सोचते हैं. इसमें बहुत सारी टेक्निक्स हो सकती है ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करने की. You can start in a chronological order. You can start across various dimensions using pestle model, and like we had developed, we can also analyze it using the principles of project management, using
Yeah,
system
I
analysis
remember.
approach. Yeah, so these kind of approaches, they will be like your tools which will help you in terms of brainstorming various dimensions, like which many of us do develop during our GS preparation also, but it needs to be refined because it needs to be presented in a more attractive manner and in a more elaborate manner, whereby you are also discussing the points rather than just writing down the points as we do in the GS papers.
As you said, we have to write lot of dimensions in body. तो मतलब हमें कितने डायमेंशंस तक लिमिट रखना चाहिए? डायमेंशंस तो जैसे पेस्टल मॉडल में जैसे 6-7 डायमेंशंस है, तो क्या हमारे पास टाइम होता है इतने डायमेंशंस को एड्रेस करने का?
See, इसमें अगर like if I give a crude law for it, I came across essays by Vikram Garewal. What he used to do, that he had given this approach that write 20 points before when you are brainstorming your essay, and then when you move into the essay, try to cover around 20 to 25 points which he has written earlier. So roughly speaking, it's not about how much to write. You have to be clear that you have to be having various dimensions. It's not that ki count karke it will be said ki now this will be a good essay. But if you are having these many dimensions, these many examples, like across, you will have to bring about, say, some examples from history, some examples from contemporary times. You may also quote certain books and all those things, certain important papers, certain important philosophies which are going around. So, which will help you in terms of giving more dimensions or more points to your essay. That is more important in this.
Finally, we are short on time. Conclusion कैसे कर? Conclusion के बारे में आपके क्या thoughts हैं, पुलकित सिंह?
See, conclusion के बारे में, now we have to be very clear that what is objective of your writing essay paper in CSC mains. The objective is that you're looking for a recruitment by UPSC. So it is very important that you write somewhere along the constitutional lines, or you bring up, like I had this technique that towards the conclusion, I will definitely bring out something from the constitution. I will definitely bring about something which will help me be seen as a progressive person who is willing to change or willing to see a positive change in the Indian society. So I would like to make it like solution oriented, like optimistic, and using certain phrases whereby which even the examiner is aware of. Like you can use few catchy phrases. I had a list of this. I think I have shared with you about, like I had 3-4 set phrases, like, and it's very, and we had also practiced कि आप किसी भी essay को उस तरफ mold करके उस तरीके से ending कर सकते हो. Like if anything is asked, कोई भी discussion आपको दिया गया है, अगर यहाँ पे मैं rudimentary way या एकदम crude manner में बताऊं, you can always link it with the tryst with destiny. You can always link with Rabindranath Tagore's where the head is held high. Because कुछ भी progressive बोलोगे, you can use these phrases towards the end of the essay. And otherwise also you can have a good catchy phrases like 3 to 4 you can collect, और जहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं एक आपका एक पॉजिटिव आउटलुक दिखाता है where you want to see a positive change in the Indian society, और उन लाइंस पे आप उसको कंप्लीट करते हुए एक कहीं ना कहीं इमोशनल टच भी आप एग्जामिनर के साथ छोड़ सकते हैं.
Yeah, I remember we created the preamble for this, if you remember it. Like
Yeah,
we
I
have
do
to
remember.
include constitution points, we have to be positive, we have to be like solution oriented, and we derived this from our that preamble. We share it. I think we share it in the introductory course, the preamble. Now, I would like you guys to participate in this our discussion. So if you guys have any question, you can ask. Any relevant question beside this, or any questions if you want, any clarification, raise your hand please. Do you guys have any question? Please make it more interactive so that
maybe Vivek, you have to open the mic for them to speak up.
Yeah, who is Anybody is raising the hand?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to ask that in recent times the topics have been very like specific and if we ignore the philosophical topics, the topics like research is the topic about research. I'm not able to remember it, but last year it had come. If you are aware, sir, or I can take the time to search the topic.
I think you're talking about that.
Essay. You are given 4 choices and you have to choose from it. So at the straight outgo, you have to be very good about choosing a good topic whereby you can write more dimensions. जैसे यहाँ पे भले ही उसने रिसर्च के बारे में लिखा है, but that research is not restricted to science only per se. That research could be about you're finding about yourself. It's about like even spirituality is nothing about knowing yourself. It could be about unrevealing the truths of this society in terms of what are cultural practices, what are your beliefs. So anywhere if you will see, you can always link it to those aspects. You can definitely bring about many examples from your culture itself. You can bring about instances where revolutions have taken place because of this, either social revolutions, political revolutions. So it's about your interpretation, that how you interpret this and make the examiner also understand that your interpretation about things is very much relatable to the topic, right? So again, I am saying like you have to be having a broad view about interpretation of the interpretation of the
Got
topic
you.
given to you.
That got you. Any more questions, guys? Ask whatever you want to. We have like great source of knowledge here, Pulkit Singh.
I think there is a person called Vision who is raising his hand. You can unmute him.
There's some problem at my hand. I'm not able to scroll it down.
One person has been unmuted, I think.
Hello.
Yeah. Ask a question.
I want to know about about interview.
The scope of this is not is only essay. Interview you can ask it about some other time. Please, guys, we have limited time, so keep the questions limited to the essay.
So this year a topic had come. Poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. So, sir, I wanted to ask that how to prepare for this kind of because this kind of topics, because these are getting like we have to know about English poets or Hindi poets and their poetry? Do we have to know the specific knowledge about that? That is the question.
Your name is not mentioned on this. Like, see, as before also I was mentioning कि UPSC देखो what happens generally is कि टेंडेंसी हमारी होती है कि जो UPSC एकदम ऊट पटांग या फिर एकदम अटपटा सा कुछ करता है तो we try to focus on those things. हमारा फोकस सारा प्रिपरेशन का उसकी तरफ चला जाता है, which is very wrong. Like, yeah, definitely जब आप इसकी बात कर रहे हो कि इस तरीके का जब वो क्वेश्चन पूछता है, he is going into a very specific domain. Like someone having his literature background or someone who has read more about poets and he can relate with more legislators, definitely he will be having an advantage when he's attempting such a topic. But again, remember there were 3 other topics also. और आप realize करोगे उनमें से कुछ topics ऐसे होंगे which are very generic और जिनका एक interpretation ही आपको समझ में आना चाहिए, right? यहाँ पे there is no doubt कि जब आप इसको लिखोगे आपको उसके बारे में स्पेसिफिकली पता होना चाहिए. ऐसे ही मेरे ख्याल में एक और टॉपिक था कि लाइक समथिंग वाज रिलेटेड विद फॉरेस्ट. आई कैन नॉट रिकॉल
exactly. Yeah, it was the first topic.
हाँ, तो वहां पे भी आपको अगर स्पेसिफिक उसकी उस फील्ड की डोमेन नॉलेज है तो आपको डेफिनेटली एडवांटेज मिलेगा, बट यू कैनॉट प्रिपेयर लाइक दिस फॉर एवरीथिंग। सो पहली एडवाइस यही होती है कि राइट ऑन अ टॉपिक विच इज वेरी जेनरिक, जिसके बारे में आप बहुत सारे डायमेंशन सोच पाए, मतलब आप एक ही डोमेन पे जाके कॉर्नर ना हो उसको लेकर, राइट। जैसे जैसे जो आपने टॉपिक मेंशन किया पोएट्स एंड लेजिस्लेचर्स, यहाँ पे आपको उनके बारे में स्पेसिफिकली सोचना पड़ेगा, और ऐसा स्कोप भी आपके पास कम है कि आप कुछ एक इंटरप्रिटेशन देके उसको किसी और फील्ड से रिलेट कर पाओगे। दैट विल नॉट बी पॉसिबल विद सच टॉपिक्स। तो जनरली यही होता है कि इन टॉपिक्स को लेके आप ये फोकस करिए कि हाँ, अगर वो चारों के चारों टॉपिक ऐसे देता है जिसके बारे में यू आर नॉट अवेयर, देन you have to start getting challenged about it, but otherwise you have to be very relaxed about it। even उन चारों चॉइस के टॉपिक्स में से अगर आपको एक का भी पता है तो यू डू नॉट नीड टू वरी मच अबाउट इट कि उन तीन को अगली बार उसने चार ही कर दिया, ऐसा नहीं होता है। इवन यूपीएससी इज अवेयर कि इफ अ पर्सन इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ सर्टेन बैकग्राउंड, तो अगर इस टाइप के हम ज्यादा क्वेश्चन देंगे तो उसको एडवांटेज हो सकती है। दे ऑल्सो वॉन्ट इंडल्ज इन सच थिंग्स।
यू सेड वन थिंग राइट कि कई बार यूपीएससी वेग टॉपिक्स पूछता है, नॉट ओनली इन एसए बट इन जीएस, इन ऑप्शनल। तो हम कई बार अपने क्या करते हैं, मेजोरिटी ऑफ टाइम उन टॉपिक्स के पीछे बिताते हैं जिससे हमारी जो मेजर प्रिपरेशन होती है वो हिंडर होती है। जैसे कि यहाँ पे पुलकित ने बहुत सही बोला है कि 4 टॉपिक्स में अगर आपको एक टॉपिक भी आता है तो दैट इज इनफ टू गेट यू मार्क्स। एंड इन द एसए कोर्स वी आर गोइंग टू टीच यू how to select the topic as per your strength rather than worrying about those topics like the question just asked because is it too specific. Do we have more questions? Rohit, I think, is asking a question. Any more questions, guys?
I think there was someone by name of Apur who was raising his hand.
Yeah, Apurva asked a question, but
Deep Goel.
there is some lag on my side. I'm not able to unmute him. Deep Goel, we have unmuted you. Ask your question. Deep Goel, I think there's some problem from his side.
Hello.
Apurva, can you listen? Can you ask?
Hello, sir.
Apurva, ask your question.
Sir, my name is Ankit. Hello.
Can you speak louder, a little bit louder?
Hello, my name is Ankit. Can you hear me,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah. Ask a question.
Sir, I have queried that I have not written even one essay, and I am just new for essay program. So I just entered in this workshop. So want to know how to start my essay preparation. Can you please enlighten a little bit?
Like he is a beginner, he wants to know how to start essay preparation. Like he
I
has
think
asked.
we covered this in our discussion also. See, when you are starting
Yeah.
your essay, first thing is like for any preparation, first you just go through the syllabus, but here you are not having any syllabus for essay. So second best thing is you go through some of the essays which have been written in this field. So what is the best next thing is you refer to some of the essays by toppers, and you can easily find those essays on various websites. So just go to them and start reading their essays. Try to analyze yourself as well, like what was the topic, what was your interpretation of this particular topic, and how that particular author or the person who has written that essay, he has maneuvered his thoughts, how he has argued in those particular essays, and you will definitely get a knack of these things. Reading an essay, it won't take you hard. It will hardly take you 15 to 20 minutes in reading an essay. So if you develop this practice of reading at least 2 essays every day, in I think around 10 to 15 days, you will be easily covering around 25 to 30 essays, and thereby you will be getting a good understanding about what exactly is going into this essay writing.
Farheen, ask a question. You are the next. Farheen. I think Farheen is gone. Who's the next guy? Make it very interactive, guys. Ask whatever your questions related to essay. Deep Goyal, ask a question. Deep Goyal. He is not audible. Deep Goyal, we have unmuted you. Deep Goyal is also gone. I think there are some technical issues from his side. Raise your hand, guys. See, this is also a part of UPSC preparation. If you interact with toppers, you are going to improve your personality. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be shy. Just shoot away. We all are here to help you. I think we are done. No more questions. So any closing remarks, Pulkit? We have, I think it was kind of fruitful initiative that we had today.
Yeah, closing remarks will be about, like, in general, if you talk about essay writing, you have to have confidence in terms of, like, you can, like, what I can get from this little interaction also. And otherwise also, like, when you are talking about essay writing, we always have a fear of starting it. But you should understand that it is something similar to your GS answer writing also. If you don't start it, it will be very challenging for you. And particularly in essay writing, you will be developing, or you will be understanding the things as and when you start practicing it, because there is no structured things or structured rules about essay writing. So definitely you have to start about it, and then by analyzing it yourself and also taking help of your peers, or if you are fortunate enough, if you can get help of someone who has been into this process, who can analyze your essays, that will be very helpful for you.
So from this point, I want to say that as Pulkit rightly said, starting is the most difficult thing. और हमारे पास अभी right now we are in the first week of January. आपको prelims preparation February के end में शुरू कर देनी चाहिए. So we have like 2 months to complete your mains preparation. और जिसमें essay preparation is a very very important part of your through your journey. तो अगर आप ऐसे प्रिपरेशन प्रीलिम्स के बाद स्टार्ट करते हैं, कई बार हमारे साथ होता है कि ऐसे ही तो है तो लिख देंगे, जीएस के आंसर लिखते हैं तो ऐसे भी लिख देंगे, लेकिन अगर आप प्रीलिम्स के बाद शुरू करते हैं ऐसे प्रिपरेशन, तो दैट विल पुट अ लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर ऑन योर जीएस प्रिपरेशन, क्योंकि जीएस प्रिपरेशन इज वेरी वेरी हार्ड. यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर current affairs, you have to revise your notes, you have to shorten it up, and you also have to practice answer writing. So अगर आपका ऐसे प्रिपरेशन पहले से रेडी है तो आपको हेल्प मिलेगी जीएस प्रिपरेशन में. सो आई थिंक दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम टू रैप अप योर मेंस प्रिपरेशन विद essay, and that is why we have launched the course at this point of time. We are going to help you no matter whether you are beginner or whether you are advanced level, because both me and Pulkit have consistently scored good marks, and we are not like
I think
other.
some of them want to ask questions. I think there are people who are raising hands.
Who wants to ask question?
You can just ask them.
Suman Sumit, ask a question. Hello, Suman Sumit. Suman Sumit, ask a question, please. We have unmuted you. I think he's facing some technical issue.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Ask a question, Sumit.
सर आदर्श मिश्रा मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
Yeah,
हाँ जी,
ask a
बोल.
question.
तो सर मेरा सवाल ये था कि अभी जैसे मुझे एग्जाम जो है वो 2025 में देना है, तो सर अभी जैसे मैं इनिशियल स्टेज पे हूँ, तो क्या सर मुझे वो जो माइनर सब्जेक्ट्स है जैसे गवर्नेंस हो गया और इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन हो गया, इन सबको पढ़ना चाहिए, या फिर जो मेजर सब्जेक्ट जैसे हिस्ट्री, पॉलिटी, इकोनॉमिक्स एंड जियोग्राफी एंड वो इन्वायरमेंट है, इनसे शुरू करना चाहिए?
We would like to help you, but the scope of this discussion was only essay. So if you have any question related to essay, you can ask that.
ओके सर, ओके सर, सॉरी सर, मुझे इस बारे में पता नहीं था.
अगर essay के बारे में क्वेश्चन है तो you can ask, no problem.
सर ऐसे में क्या होता है ना कि अभी जैसे मैं इनिशियल स्टेज पे हूँ, तो मुझे ऐसा कुछ पता नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी सर वो एक जो चीज रहती है कंटेंट बिल्डिंग की, सर वो कैसे हो पाती है फॉर एसे?
We have discussed that in this talk, so you can go through it. We will upload this whole discussion in few minutes, so you can go through that. Pulkit had discussed that in great depth.
ओके सर, मैं कर लूंगा सर. थैंक यू सर.
Okay.
Thank you. I think Vivek, we are done for this session then.
Yeah. So as I was saying, prelims के बाद,
issues.
yeah, we are having some technical. As I was saying, prelims के बाद अगर आप ऐसे preparation शुरू करो, that would be very hard. And this is the best time to wrap up your essay mains preparation with essay preparation. And here at PaperCrux, we are going to help you.
Okay, sir.
And if you have any further questions, you can contact the admin of PaperCrux. It was very nice having you, Pulkit Singh. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and especially when you interact with the audience that we have right now.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. Thank you, Pulkit. Let's end this.